Hello students, this is Suchadata teaching economics and here I am with the third chapter of class 11 and the name of the chapter is Features, Problems and Policies of Agriculture. Now before we begin with the chapter, we have to understand what actually agriculture is all about. In fact, in a layman's term, agriculture is that economic activity from wherein we get food crops and non-food crops. That is to say, all that we eat and all that we indirectly use. So, all that is produced in the agricultural sector. But from the point of economics, as a student of economics, you must know that agriculture is the primary sector and in fact the backbone of Indian economy. It is from this sector that all other sectors thrive, increase or they actually increase their production. Now, next I am going to tell you about the importance of agriculture in the Indian economy. That is to say, why this sector occupies a very important position in the Indian society or economy. The first feature is that the contribution of agriculture to the GDP, that is the gross domestic product of the country, is almost 1/4. So, this sector occupies a pivot role in the GDP. It is from here that all the production is done forward. It is from here that most of the things are taken. So, its contribution to GDP makes it an important sector, but we also understand another thing, that if agriculture is giving so much of GDP to the country, this definitely means that the country has an underdeveloped economy. Because reliance of the country on the primary sector clearly indicates that the country still has to develop. The major contribution is coming from the primary sector and the secondary and the tertiary sector are yet to develop. So, it is indicating two factors. The second feature of the Indian agriculture is that it supplies wage goods. That is, the fodder crop, all is supplied by this sector. So, it provides food crop not only to the human beings, that is millions of them, but also to many animals. Thus, its contribution to the wage goods or its providing of wage goods is another important feature of Indian agriculture. The third feature is that this sector generates huge employment for the country. Almost 64% of the country's population is dependent on agriculture. This is what I am talking of direct employment. But otherwise, if you go further deep into it, even the indirect other employments are related to agricultural sector. But look at the fact and the figure that 64% of the Indians are employed in the agricultural sector. Next feature is that it provides industrial raw material. So, whether it is cotton, jute, oil seeds and so on, it is all provided by the agricultural sector. So, the raw material which is provided to the industries is the contribution of the agricultural sector of India. So, again as I said, it is the backbone of the Indian economy. The next feature is this sector is in fact contributing a lot to the international trade and also to the domestic trade. By the international trade, we are making lots of money, that is, forex is increased, and in the domestic trade also, we see that lots of things which are traded from one place to another, it's all the production of agricultural sector. The next feature of this sector is that it is considered as the economic fulcrum to transport industry. The transport industry of India has the major contribution coming from the agricultural sector, because whatever is transported from one place to another, it is all the agricultural products. So this transport industry is thriving because of the agricultural products. And the last and the important feature of Indian agriculture is that it is the wealth of the nation. Since land is a fixed asset and is the biggest asset in the country, it is definitely in the agricultural sector. So these were the features of Indian agriculture, or the importance of Indian agriculture.